Now, Congressman Adriano Espaillat, a Democrat from New York. Congressman, thank you so much for being with us. So no stance on a federal ban, says it should be left up to the states. What does that tell you?
Well, he's ducking a very important issue that obviously the American public is very concerned about. Women deserve to have reproductive rights, and politically, it polls extremely well for Democrats. The elections could ride on this issue, and he's ducking it.
Do you think that he is occupying some kind of middle ground here?
He hasn't said so, but he should be very specific about what his stance is. He shouldn't duck this issue. This is an important one for the American public. Women deserve to have the right to reproductive rights, and I don't think it should be left to the states.
Congressman, over the weekend, Donald Trump held a huge fundraiser where they claim he raised over $50 million. We don't see the official reports for some time. But inside the fundraiser, the New York Times reports that he made some comments about immigration. He said, quote, "Why can't we allow people to come in from nice countries, like Denmark and Switzerland?"
He said this before. He said this in his first election cycle. He started out his political career, if you may, talking about Mexicans and calling them rapists and criminals. And so we know what his rhetoric is. It's a rhetoric that tries to weaponize immigration. That's why the Republican Party doesn't want to take up comprehensive immigration reform. That's why they don't even want to do work permits. A simple thing like work permits, which will really help the economy and help the nation. They don't want to take that up.
What do you think it is in his mind that distinguishes between people from Denmark and people from South America?
Well, he obviously, he could think whatever he wants, but the fact of the matter is that this is still a nation of immigrants, and to really distinguish between one part of the world and the other, I think is divisive. And so for him to say what he said is divisive, and again, he's weaponizing immigration right before an election and try to score some cheap political points.
The White House today, President Biden is going to come out with a new plan to forgive some student loan debt. The White House says in total, the plans he will announce today would fully eliminate accrued interest for 23 million borrowers. It would eliminate the interest accrued, would cancel the full amount of student debt for more than 4 million borrowers, and provide more than 10 million borrowers with at least $5,000 in debt relief or more. The Supreme Court struck down his last effort to try to relieve some student debt. How important is it, do you think, for him to try again? Why do you think this will pass?
I think it's very important. Student loan debt has surpassed now for some years our credit card debts as a nation. Imagine that. People worry about their credit card debt. Student loan debt has surpassed in total our credit card debt. And so a young family trying to get up and do well for their children has a tough time if they're saddled with a very deep student loan debt. I think to give them a bump, to give them a lift, is a good thing. For America, it's a good thing for the family, obviously, and I think the president is doing the right thing to try it again.
There are Republicans now on some of the Intelligence Foreign Policies Committee that are talking about their concerns of Russian propaganda among Republicans in the House of Representatives. Chairman Mike Turner was on CNN this weekend and said to us, he said, quote, "We see directly coming from Russia attempts to mass communications that are anti-Ukraine and pro-Russia messages, some of which we even hear being uttered on the House floor." Is this something you hear on the House floor?
I'm concerned about it. I'm concerned about Russian interference in this election cycle. Obviously, they did it in the past election. They continue to do it, particularly now as we try to fund and give monies to Ukraine. They will try to intervene, and this is something that's concerning to the average voter. It's concerning to me as a representative of the 13th Congressional District, that the power of one vote is going to be compromised because the Russians are meddling in U.S. politics.
Congressman Adriano Espaillat from New York, thanks so much for being here on set with us this morning.
Thank you for having me again.